This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. And folks, here we are, October 6th, 2021. Well, a half hour late getting this thing going. I'm trying so hard to help my guest, but I think even he's admitting he's look, I'm ribbing you already. Folks, we are celebrating the 5-year anniversary of an independent film called The Greasy Strangler, and I have the Greasy Strangler himself on Zoom with me today. Folks, I give you the awesome Michael St. Michaels. How do you do, Mike?
Hey, I'm great. At my worst, I'm better than average,
There
except
we
with computers. Oh, and that's a whole can of worms for me anyway.
there you go. There you go. You gotta start taking your computer class. Well, at least like, I guess this worked. I guess it didn't work through the email, but I'm like, jeepers, I bothered people at the front desk here at the apartment. I'm like, glad just the last minute. It's like, maybe I should try it through Facebook. And well, that worked. I don't know what the issue is, though. But here we are. We've connected, and I guess my first question for you is, how do you maintain your hair like that?
I wash it, uh, when I go through the car wash, and I just sort of shake my head a little bit. If anything pokes me in the eye, I cut it off.
Well, you know what? Before we talk about the Greasy Strangler, I gotta mention how I first discovered you, and it was not too very long ago, because I remember I interviewed an actress named Genevieve Rossi
Hmm.
back in 2017, and I remember she had a lot of credits under the direction of James Balsamo, and uh, so eventually, I thought maybe I should interview James. So I had James on the show. He's been on here 3 times now. And James, one night, like, I'm an essential worker. So I work as a cleaner, which, of course, I don't do it at a car wash because I don't think anything can clean you up in that movie. But nonetheless, I do back shift. And I remember it was 4 in the morning, and it would have been midnight James's time. He sent me this message, this email, asking me, and this was so strange for me, asking me if I wanted to shoot my own death scene for Cool as Hell 2. And
Ah,
I stared at that email for about 5 minutes, like, and then I called him, and he picked up. I had to ask him what the why.
hmm.
He enjoyed doing my show, and he asked, and well, I knew Linnea Quigley was in this, and I thought, well, I've met Linnea. I've interviewed Linnea, and I'll see her again at Frightmare in the Falls when I go.
Can you
Uh,
just, can I just,
yeah,
I got to do something. Sorry.
sure. Yeah, I could, but nonetheless, it is. While you're doing that, I'll just explain here a little bit.
Yeah,
I
I was
my
just trying to cut some of the glare.
I could see you perfectly fine.
I can too. That's what worries me.
But anyway, I shot a scene. I actually got my brother to shoot my scene on my phone, which is strange that we can do that now. And I sent it to James, and I got the idea from Linnea's death, or Linnea didn't have a death scene, but she did the whole badger spray thing, and I thought, okay, I got an idea here. So I shot something, sent it to James, and now I'm part of 9 James Balsamo movies.
Huh.
Yeah, But
Yeah.
you're in Cool as Hell too. And constantly saying not.
Yes, that was my thing. I yeah, that was the first con I'd ever done. Uh, it was either North or South Carolina, I'm not sure, but I met Phil Anselmo. He used to be part of Pantera, and I had no clue, you know. But when I walked into the hotel, he came running up to me, grabbed me, picked me up, said, "Dude, you're the best actor I've ever seen." And I'm thinking, can you put me down? And who the fuck are you anyway?
Hmm?
And
Yeah.
oh God,
Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
yes, how
Okay.
lovely. That's a courtesy call from Vaughn's Pharmacy, whose address is, and they're just telling me my prescriptions are ready. Uh,
Prescriptions for what? I thought you were
I'm, a
what,
dr- I'm a drug
39?
addict. I'm trying to get in on that thing with the settlers, you know, and the OxyContin thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, which I can't stand anyway. I don't know.
Yeah. But you were saying he got you involved in Cool as Hell too through a con.
Yeah, uh,
Okay.
he uh, Phil was there and Kate, and we did that scene in the thing. I didn't see it. A couple of years later, I ran into him. And he gave me a copy of the movie, and I promptly lost it. So he gave me another one, and I found both of them. I sent one of them to Phil. Haven't heard from him since. I don't know. But he had us come back, you know, off the in the back room there, and set up the scenario. And I was supposed to use the word "not" as often as possible.
Not,
And not, not,
not, not now, not
not
ever.
right.
That was my first introductory to you.
Ah.
And I gotta be frank, I was very, very distracted by that gorgeous tattoo-clad woman that was sitting there by you.
Yeah, Natalie Nottingale, you mean?
Yeah.
My assistant?
Is it Caroline Winkler?
Yeah, something. I don't know what her real name is. I just, you know, since I had to use not as much as possible, she became uh, Nottingley, Nottingale, or something like that for the thing. But
Where
yeah,
did he
the
find?
scenario was that I fired a friend of his,
Uh-huh.
and I know Kate comes up with this dust mop. And said, I'm
Hmm.
going to shove this up your ass sideways. And I'm thinking, what a great way to start a scene.
And you go, not.
Not. And yeah, you know,
Where
I
did he find?
was,
Where did he find Caroline? Do you know? Was she at the con?
yeah, you know, she was working one of the booths there. I've seen her several of them since then.
Oh boy.
And
She has a nice face, I'll say that.
the rest of her's not bad either.
I
She's
don't
a
know if I,
very, she's
huh?
a very lovely woman. She, you know,
Yeah.
I think she's married, uh, and I guess you know she and her husband run around and sell goodies at the cons. And
Ah, I don't have any tattoos. I'm like, I don't think I could tolerate that, but she must have a high pain tolerance.
maybe I don't know.
She was working with you though.
Yeah, that says it all. No, I know this woman is a bass player in a heavy metal band.
Hmm.
Erica belts. Yeah, she from the waist down is a solid tattoo.
Oh wow.
Uh, uh, she, I remember somebody coming up to her while we were having dinner and says, "I understand you have a tattoo of a face hugger on your asshole." And well, anyway, this person wanted to see it, and she was quite obliging. And I just said, "Well, I'm going to Lear." You know, they're, I don't know. I can't remember the name of the group she's with right now, but they're touring Eastern Europe.
Stephen Wright once said he wanted to get a tattoo over his whole body of himself but taller. Oh, that was a funny tattoo joke.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's funny. I was interviewing Catherine Mary Stewart yesterday from the Apple, and I asked her what the most unique thing she's ever been asked to sign. I've heard people signing body parts before,
Hmm.
but I never heard of this. But she signed somebody's ass cheek.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm surprised she was open to that, but
Yeah, I have a dead friend, Dan McLean, or Big MR, used to be a singer with a band called the Beat Farmers way back.
hmm.
And he was always getting asked to sign breasts. And
Do you get those requests?
no. Damn it. Not one.
Not one, not
Not
ever.
ever. I mean, I'll accept them.
What's the most unique thing you've ever been asked to sign?
uh, Really, nothing really all that out of the ordinary, I think. I mean,
That sounds very unbelievable, especially with
I
you.
I have, I mean, I signed the album from the Greasy Strangler, which I had nothing to do with.
You didn't sing on
Uh,
that.
and except I thought it made the movie. Uh, and but I've never signed any body parts. I just signed autographs and strangle people with these cons, and life goes on. Uh, I
I,
don't know.
I just started doing the cons in 2017 when a guest invited me to his sister at her
Hmm.
table, and I was like, I got the bug. It was my first time ever traveling, first time in a plane.
Yeah.
And I got the bug. I enjoy the conventions. Um, what's the experience like for you when you go for the conventions?
I enjoy my fans. I enjoy the people.
Yeah.
Uh, I've met some really unique people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and that's the part I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the last one I did, I guess, was in Indianapolis, Indiana,
Uh-huh.
and and that was really strange. It's because that was during the pandemic type thing, and apparently Indiana is 70 something percent vaccinated, but
Okay.
most of these people weren't from Indiana. And somebody told me it was a super spreader event later, and that
Oh.
makes me a little nervous. I was supposed to go to one in Atlanta a few weeks ago, but fortunately I got a film to do instead, so I
Mm-hmm.
did that. And I am going to Vegas this weekend for the Days of the Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm doing another Days of the Dead in Chicago next month, in February. I'm not sure when, but
So you're finally gonna make poor Rebecca some money.
I'm trying to. I've still got her commission sitting here on my desk. I have to after this interview. I'm going to go to the local semi post office place and have them send that to her with some photographs and stuff that she wanted. And
She wanted photos of you.
yeah, well, I don't think she has any. I mean, since I met her, I haven't had any. I mean, I met her at Fantastic Fest
Mm-hmm.
in Austin when I was there, uh, and we've talked on the phone. But the only time we've ever been in the same room together was at Fantastic Fest, probably 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but she's been running interference for me ever since, make sure I get what I need and want and stuff like that. Now that I'm a prima donna movie star.
She was the one that answered your page when I reached out for you on Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
so I sent her an email, and she wanted to see. I always get nervous when somebody asks to see my podcast because I'm like, are they judging me? But nonetheless, I'm hoping what I like your number 490 I've done since 2015. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think I've had a good roster of interviews, but I'm hoping that she doesn't go on there and see a bunch of my cat videos, which I shot. Thinking, oh, he's got videos of his cat, and he wants to interview Michael St. Michael's.
Yeah, because she does have a big dog.
But nonetheless, and then I was on James Balsamo's site on Facebook, and I was like, I don't even know where I say it. It popped up somewhere, your real name, and I was like, oh my goodness, so I just copied and pasted my original invitation and sent it to you there
Mm-hmm.
because I thought, well, maybe this will work because she wasn't getting back to me. I guess you said she was busy, so you
That's
know
true. She is. I'm not her top client by any
why.
means. Well, because there are other people that she represents that actually make good money. I thought I was going to last year, but we got locked down in the meantime, so it didn't happen. And I think the only time I sent her a decent check was when I did came back from the Dominican Republic for tropical cocktails, which is about the last time I worked with Jim Hosking, who
Hmm.
now can't get anything because everybody says he's too artistic. And I'm thinking, yeah, but he's original.
Hmm.
That's the wonderful thing about working with him is that it's not going to be like a cookie cutter type thing.
Hmm.
Like everything else I've done uh, has pretty much been done before by somebody or everybody. And although it's commercial, that's fine. Uh, it's kind of nice to be outside the box. Uh, I would like to go down and being well, like the Video Dead was at the time a little out there. Uh, I know for a couple of years after that, I saw people doing commercials based on that premises of people coming out of the TV and whacking people and saying, "Hey, buy this," stuff like that. Yeah.
So you don't show up at cons as the Greasy Strangler. You don't think they could, you'd probably not be welcomed.
Well, I show up, as me.
Hmm. Close enough.
Uh, yeah, this guy got us into. He paid somebody a ridiculous amount of money, which I had to reimburse him for these things I would not wear. Uh, and now I'm trying to go after that suit that I wore, the gray and black one, because that was the only comfortable one in the movie.
What, you weren't gonna wear the pink outfit?
Uh, Not the ones that Sky came up with. I wouldn't. I mean, the shorts look like I'm wearing a tutu. I mean, I don't know who he got to make these, but they're ridiculous. He
So
says
play
he's got better ones. So when I see him in Vegas this weekend, I'll check that out. But I doubt seriously if I'm gonna wear them.
so
Uh,
Playgirl didn't come knocking when after the Greasy Strangler get you to do a centerfold.
no, I know. Aunt wanted me to do a photo on like the, oh, what's his name, the dead guy who did the first male nude centerfold for Playgirl or something like that. That's terrible.
Oh,
I
Burt
don't.
Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where he's sitting there like that,
Hmm.
and I was all for that. I thought, yeah, I'd love to do that. And they set up a crew photographer from New Zealand, or one of them was from New Zealand, and one of them was from Australia. These two women photographers, and we did a bunch of shots, but I never saw any of them. And so I don't know. That didn't work out, and I didn't do the nude spread out there like. And then Burt Reynolds died, and it'd be kind of weird to do that.
So you weren't going to do this, and then call Rebecca up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna make you some money."
Yeah. I'd love to do that. She's done so much for me. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I hope she's safe out there. I'm double vaxxed, but I'm not around enough people.
yeah,
But still, I get double vaxxed so I could travel. And but I wish they would get this stupid thing under control. It's like, my goodness. It's like, come on.
well,
But
as long as we got all these assholes out there saying don't do it, it'll do this, it'll do that, and the world of misinformation is more popular than the world of facts, and you can't. It's really hard to tell which is which anymore.
well,
And
I'll say this. I'm vaxxed because I wanted to travel. But I'm like, I got my two needles, but it's like once I start pushing the booster and stuff, I'm kind of like, really, like, are we still doing this? It's
yeah,
like, yeah, it's like enough's enough. There comes a point where it's like, stop putting holes in my body. I'm not a dartboard.
yeah,
But nonetheless, we are involved in a couple projects. One, of course, is Cool as Hell 2, and the second is Witches in the Sand. Now, how I come to know that project, I'm going to go back to 2018, where I met a beautiful actress named Lynn Laurie of
mhm,
Cronenberg Shivers. And I always get the VIP when I go to the con. So I saw her both days, and she's a hugger.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I love Lynn. She was somebody I really wanted to meet at that con. I'm glad I did. And this is the first time I had pitched my podcast to somebody, and they not just gave me their email, she gave me her phone number. That's never happened before. I never called her. I worked everything out through email. but I didn't get her on the show till this year because of, scheduling and her schedule and my schedule. But but she told me that when I had her on in July, I was the first podcast she had ever done.
Ah,
Yeah. So I'm happy that she got dolled up for me. But she said she did it for me because I was very supportive of her. So anyway, on her Facebook page, she had um I noticed an update said Witches in the Sand, which she shot apart um a scene for. So I checked it out and I was rather impressed with all the names that are in that.
mhm.
So I reached out to Tony Martin, the director, and what a gracious guy. Um, I had him on the show, and I said to him, I said, financially, yeah, I can't do a producer and associate producer, at least not at this time. So I said, here's what I can do. I said, I can either buy the Blu-ray or up it and get my picture in the film. Tony, what a stand-up guy. He says, buy the Blu-ray and we'll put your picture in the film, which I thought was a pretty cool thing for him to do. So I did, and I looked at all the names of people. Like I said, I got Deborah uh,
Lamb.
Lamb coming on next week, but you got a lot of people in this movie. You're listed as a guru.
Yes.
Talk about your role in this movie. Are you like the love guru, like
Uh,
Mike Myers?
well, I had we had an argument,
Uh-huh.
uh, and I stepped out of frame, and then because I'm in California and he's in Kent,
Uh-huh.
uh, it appears that I showed up behind him and strangled him to death, and came back and with some you know small body parts, and sit down and make a sandwich and have lunch.
So I'm looking at the names of all the people. That was one thing that grabbed me. This independent film, he's got all these names like Deborah Lamb, Linnea
Hmm.
Quigley, Donna Lee Heising, Brink Stevens, Beverly Randolph, Lloyd Kaufman,
Yeah.
Lynn Lynn Laurie is in this. Eileen Dietz, who's been on the show a couple times,
Mm.
um, Lindsay Drew, and Barbara McNulty, who I'm also in the process of trying to book on here. And of course, Genevieve Rossi, I think, might be in this as well.
Hmm.
Maybe. I could be wrong on that one, but yours is just on like a video like this, so you didn't get to meet the rest of the cast, huh?
No, I didn't meet anybody. I wasn't even sure, that was the one I was in. I asked him, "Is this the one I'm in?" He said, "Yes." Did I make the cut? And he said, "Of course."
I like it when you got to call somebody to ask, "Am I in the right film?"
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one Freshwater where I don't even think I have a credit in that,
Hmm.
where I have a small confrontation with the sheriff, and later, as I'm fishing, I get eaten by a giant albino alligator. Uh, and that's one of the things that attracted me to the Greasy Strangler is I thought, I'm finally not going to be a dead body, because most of my career I've been a dead body. There's an episode of uh, uh, anyway. There's an episode of this show where I'm every dead body in the movie or in the show. Uh, It's I did a lot of second and third unit work with these people for a while, and yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
let's talk about the Greasy Strangler because that film is celebrating its 5 year anniversary. I checked out. What an odd movie that is about a guy who just really loves his grease, gets
Hmm.
so lathered up in it, he goes out and strangles.
Well, just people who piss me off.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
like the person that's calling right now, you know?
yeah, this person is dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another one?
Yeah, I don't need a. I actually really don't need a solar roof because I live in a condo in a high rise.
Maybe you need solars on your ceilings.
No, I painted them midnight blue. Uh, because that way it looks like it makes my ceilings look further away than the dirty white that they were before.
Well, where did the Greasy Strangler come from? Like, how did you get involved with this project?
Well, I read for Jim a year or so before that for another film, and and I got a call back, and I went to that, and everything was fine, and I maybe spent 2 words with the director, and uh, then I went on my way, and that was it. A year or so later, a friend of mine, Katerina Fabrique, who's a local actress here in LA, called me because she made a short based on a story I told her called Making It. And they contacted her because they couldn't find me. And she put me in touch with them, and I went out and I read again. And this time it was for the Greasy Strangler because it was a different film that I read for before.
Hmm.
And I think that was an evening with Beverly Luff Lynn, which I guess didn't do that well. I don't know because I haven't. Well, I've never seen it, so uh, I mean, unless somebody sends me a movie, I don't see it. Especially since we've been locked down.
You mean
the
they've
only
been able to keep you locked down? I don't think they could keep the Greasy Strangler locked down.
Well, I don't go anywhere anyway. I don't have enough money, and every time I go out of the house, I'll spend something, and it's probably money I don't have. Whereas, suddenly we're in lockdown, and I did get a little antsy for a while there, although nothing had changed. I still wasn't going out, and I did have 70 something days booked that I didn't get to do, although that's starting to come back. I've done a couple things since this, and I've got another one or two coming up, I hope. But, no job is good until the check clears.
Well, the cons, I find there's a lot of performers right now. The cons are a big way that's where they rely and get a lot of their money.
Yeah, I could see that. I did one in the middle of this in Vegas uh, for this guy uh, whose name I can't remember, but he does a late night horror TV show out of the Midwest,
Mm-hmm.
and he brought me back to Omaha for a screening,
Mm-hmm.
and Doctor Sangrini or something. Anyway, he very good to me. It was great. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And he came out, and we went to Vegas for the weekend, and That was when things were pretty much locked down everywhere, and it was interesting. I mean, there weren't that many people there uh, because this was at the height of the thing, and I did meet somebody I offended in the '80s and got to apologize to. Uh, that was great.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, and in fact, by the time that was over, we became friends.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to see her and several other people again. I finally talked to Bob Briggs.
There you go.
He he up until that point. Well, I met him on Married with Children. We were both on that
I love
together.
that show.
Yeah, he was the guy who had the uh, well, he killed bugs, and Kelly was his model. So he had her in a booth full of bugs and bug spray and stuff. And I'm just I don't remember what I was doing in that thing. Usually I played Al Bunday's worst enemy's best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did 4 or 5 of those. And
Married with Children is
yeah,
my favorite sitcom ever.
yeah, I liked
It
it a lot.
it did not even need a laugh track. That thing was hilarious. Christina Applegate. Yeah.
She is amazing.
Hmm.
We Joe Bob and I talked about her because she did this low budget horror film, really heavy dramatic piece that she doesn't even want to have anything to do with that type of thing.
No.
No, and I mean I saw that, uh, not knowing it was her, because I'm kind of dyslexic and autistic, and I don't really, I see the world through a diving bell,
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah,
But
she's got captivating eyes. I like her
she
eyes.
has
Yeah.
incredible talent as an
Yeah.
actress, and really going through a lot of crap too. I mean,
She just got diagnosed with MS. I
yeah,
interviewed Lisa Hoyle, who's said that Christina is her favorite person to double for.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I love Christina Applegate. Loved her in the Anchorman movies as well,
yeah.
beating the crap out of Will Ferrell.
I did one of those, uh, and I guess that was the last time I saw her. Was that pool party in the first one? Uh,
Oh, Anchorman, you were in that?
yeah, I was part of the mindless crosses in the background,
Oh, wow. You
but
know what? I had interviewed Darcy Donovan from Anchorman. She
mhm.
was Paul Rudd's date at the pool party.
Oh yeah.
Yep, yep. She was really cool to talk to. I didn't know you were involved with that movie.
Oh yeah. Well, most of my work I do a lot of extra work. I'm a set junkie, and I got to the point where one night I wasn't working, and every show I saw on TV that night had me in it. I know when Columbo died, and they ran this piece about him. Uh, I'm in the background of that scene that they put
Mhm.
on national news, standing by a desk behind him.
Yeah.
There's weird things like that. I was just subliminally getting into people's heads so that if I ever did get to do another film, uh, I wouldn't be a total surprise, as I probably was in the Video Dead, which I originally was the first 20 minutes of. And that got me on the head credits until MGM got it. And they dumped me somewhere in the tail credits now. but I'm still after them because that was a limited partnership, and I never got paid. I mean, I was making good money, but then the distributors went bankrupt and the money stopped. Now MGM has it, and I've seen it on TV here in LA 3 or 4 times since then. And where's my check?
Well, talk about the Greasy Strangler. Like, what was the process of the makeup job?
Well, it was mostly a suit that
Okay.
originally took a couple hours for 2 or 3 people to put on me. By the end of the shoot, we got it down to one person could help me into it in 20 minutes. Uh, and the stuff they used was called Ultra Ice,
Mm-hmm.
which is this stuff that they, it would give you frostbite in the Sahara in the summer.
Okay.
One day I had to wear this all day, and they couldn't let me pee in public because we were shooting on a street in L.A. So they built a tent around me, and then they put a space heater in there because I was shivering. I mean, and but it was horrible. I mean, it would take me an hour, hour and a half of sitting my head in the bathtub just to get that junk out of my hair after the thing, and then I'd have to work on the next day's script and try and get that down. And Jody, I didn't know I was Jody until the day before. Uh, I was only paying attention to the Greasy Strangler parts and
Hmm.
Big Ronnie, and and then suddenly they threw Jody at me, but that turned out to be my favorite part. I mean, mainly because every time we shot anything, either a fingernail fell off, the mustache fell off, a tooth fell out. I mean, nothing stayed together for that at all ever.
Talk about the car wash scenes.
Yeah,
Was that a set or were you at a real car wash doing that?
we're at a real car wash. Uh, it was they wouldn't let them pump the water through because it's all recycled and probably toxic as hell.
Hmm.
But yeah, I walked through there, dodge brushes and things like that, and it was good.
You know, you're doing stuff in this, but like if I'm not an actor, you can tell by my James Balsamo cameos, but still, 5 years ago you did this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and at 72 years old, you're doing full body nudity. What braces you to do that? Or are you just that crazy?
As an actor, you're a tool of the director.
Hmm.
So if they pick you, you're you just got to give them everything you can, because it's their film, and you want it to succeed.
Hmm.
And but he asked me. I remember when we were walking away there. I never really felt naked because I always had that, my penis there. It was kind of my fig leaf. Uh,
What, you're trying to tell our
and
audience that that was not really yours?
No, but I am going to auction it off. They gave it to me after the shoot, and I'm going to auction it off at the 10th-year anniversary of the Greasy Strangler. So people start saving your money. But no, he said, "Do you mind doing nudity?" And I said, "Well, as long as I don't have to look at it." And it never occurred to me that this thing was going to do what it did, and I was going to be at so many screenings of it. And the first time I saw it was at Sundance, and I was appalled because you have a mental image of yourself, and what I was seeing was not my mental image. Uh, and then, but by the next day I was okay with that because I figured, well, in 10 years I'm going to wish I looked that good. But, yeah. But I remember you see things I did 30, 40 years ago, and whatever happened to that guy?
No. I'm trying to find I got to bring the Greasy Strangler up here because I got to ask about some other people from it. Um, but yeah, those scenes were pretty. Those scenes were pretty funny. I'm trying to find the. Oh yeah, Sky. How do you pronounce Elobar?
Elabar. Yeah,
Elobar. Yeah, he
yeah,
plays your son. I gotta
right.
say the dynamic between the two of you was terrific, and he kind of, in a way, kind of put me in mind of Jeff Bridges and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah? I thought of us more like Sidney Greenstreet and Peter Lorre,
Okay,
where
all right,
I
all
was I
right.
was Peter Lorre, who never ever got his lines right, and Sidney Greenstreet was just so spot on. It was scary,
Hmm.
and but they had this dynamic on screen that really worked. But Sidney Greenstreet hated him, yeah, because he couldn't do his lines, and Sky hated me because I could not get my lines right, uh, and it was uh, it was contentious, uh, but that's what it was. I mean, I remember uh, Jim having this big discussion, kind of lively animated, about the fact that uh, he would have to live with it and use his imagination, which he should have. And uh, one of the things I liked about it was they have you sign these releases and stuff. But
Hmm.
I'd already been shooting for 4 days before they came up with my contract and stuff. And so I made them take out the part where they are not responsible. If something happens, you got to go through workman's comp and all that stuff. And I've had the honor of trying to deal with that bureaucracy once before. So I made them take that clause, that section out of the contract. So
Hmm.
if something did happen to me, they would have to deal with workman's comp because I was unable to. I still can't deal with bureaucracies.
And of course, Elizabeth DeRazzo plays Janet, and boy, what a love triangle she ends up in with this movie.
She was wonderful. She was the best of us, of everybody there. She was truly great, and a pleasure to work with, more so than anybody that I worked with there. Not that anybody was difficult to work with. I mean, it was the most difficult person on the set was probably me. And but yeah, she's a sweetheart, and we got to be friends. And she's now I don't know, since things got locked down, she took a job with FEMA, I believe,
Hmm.
and so she's doing bureaucratic crap, which I hope she gets over soon and goes back to acting because she's so good.
Hmm. And then there's Gil Gax as Big Paul, of course,
Yeah,
the blind guy running the car wash.
yeah, he was cool.
Hmm.
He was good to work with. And Mel unfortunately died shortly after.
Hmm.
Uh, he was the hot dog guy who was going to lose his license.
Oh, I remember that scene. Yes,
Yeah,
you wanted more grease on the hot dog.
yeah. So I dunked my dog in the grease things. I could lose my license, and he kicked me in the butt as I ran away. But I got him.
Yeah, he was. I saw the film once, and it was in preparation for this interview. He was the one whose eyeballs popped out, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I
Eh.
fried him in his trailer, and you know, had dinner after doing him in.
What did he pass away from?
I really don't know.
Ah,
Uh, yeah,
okay, that's unfortunate.
yeah, it is. He was a good
It
guy. He was a local comedian. Uh, been around forever, obviously, and his time was up. I don't understand why I'm still here. I yeah. I mean, most of the people I've known in my life that I was really close with are dead. And I partied just as much with them as they did, and I'm still here.
well, George Burns lived to be 100, and
Yeah,
I don't know how much that cigar was a prop or whether he actually smoked them, but
yeah, he did. Uh, yeah, well, I'm only supposed to last till I'm 90 and then have a heart attack. But so that gives me another few weeks to work, and I hope I get to because I really enjoy what I do, and I feel really blessed that I'm able to, and that people actually want me to do something.
Hmm.
Uh, because I
Re
don't do auditions very well.
Rebecca
Uh,
wants you to do something.
yeah, she does too. She's I hired her originally as a publicist, and she came on and said, "Well, let me help you do this and that," and I'm just really grateful for the help.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were beyond help.
Well, I am. There are people who will uh, take pity on me, I guess, and yeah,
So, so were you on set for any like the makeup job for any of the kills in the movie? Like the eyeball popping scene or something like that? Did you happen to see any of that?
yeah. Uh, I know when Sky kills Elizabeth, I
Hmm.
was standing there to catch the eyeballs, and
That movie theater scene reminded me of An American Werewolf in London, where all the corpses are sitting in there chatting with David Naughton.
yeah,
It reminded me of that. Was
yeah.
that part of the
Right.
discussion or?
No, I had no idea. All I know is we showed up there. And we were in the theater,
Hmm.
and I'd shot there several times before for other things, but uh, and Big Thad, he didn't get killed. The guy at the counter,
Uh-huh.
uh, what's his name? Yeah, Jesse Keene. He's probably the only one who survived that movie.
Uh-huh. You know what I noticed at that movie theater? Boy, this grabbed me. The posters outside the movie theater. I noticed one of the movies was Miss 45. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie.
Huh.
I've done 4 tribute interviews on Zoe Temerlis Lund, who unfortunately is no longer with us, but I've had her widow on here 4 times. So,
Mm-hmm. Huh.
and we may be booking a fifth. So, um, yeah. But I noticed that poster was up when you guys were going by. It's like, I recognize that.
Yeah. I remember in American Werewolf when they're running down the hall in the theater, and every poster in the background, you don't quite catch it because it's going really fast, but when you can watch it at home, you can slow it down
Hmm.
and see that each poster is a little more graphic and violent than the one before it.
Oh, never knew that.
Going down the thing, it's like they really did their homework on this one and made everything point in the same direction. And that is one of my favorite movies of the genre because I mean it would have you laughing your ass off and then suddenly,
Hmm.
and that's rare, really rare.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think of the fact that this film has gone 5 years and kind of gained this cult following?
I like I said, I'm really blessed that I got to be part of it.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm eternally grateful for the producers and the directors, the writers, and I hope they let Jim work again. Although he is too artistic, I think that's what a cop out. Yeah. I mean, you have somebody here who's actually willing to put themselves on the line to do something original
Yeah.
and got shot down for it because we prefer mediocrity.
Hmm.
And personally, I don't. I'd rather be on the edge.
Well, let's talk about. So I got your IMDb up here. Let's talk about some of the other credits you have on here. Ninja Academy. You're listed
Mm-hmm.
as number one.
Yes.
Any memories of that?
Yeah, I was sitting in a chair, petting a cat that wasn't there, and killing everybody, all my number twos who couldn't find my cat. And I think I killed 4 people that day. Yeah, and it was a nice shoot. It was good. Uh, Another, or Mark of the Witch, that was the first thing I'd done in years because I was retired by then.
Hmm.
And I went to a screening with a friend of mine, Dave Fine, who was accepting an award for Best Actor in a horror film. Uh, and I met the Bernackis who made that movie. I think they made another one called Red Door and something else. Uh, and I did this short for them, uh, and that was wonderful. I just I forgot how much I love being on a set until that day, and then they blew it up into a full feature, and I don't know whatever happened to them. They haven't. I don't think they've done anything since. Uh, he's a editor at Fox Sports, and she's a pharmacist, and they now have a family, so I think they're doing the family thing, which is a shame because I'd love to work with them again. Um, and the people who did Freshwater, uh, I did a couple little scenes with them. One of them that never happened,
Hmm.
and then Freshwater, where I get eaten by the alligator.
Hmm.
They called me. They wanted me to work, but I had just started doing the Greasy Strangler, so I couldn't. And I haven't heard from them again either. But they, I think, are still putting out movies. Uh,
You've got a title here that's extremely long. 7 stages to achieve eternal bliss by passing through the gateway chosen by the holy story.
yes, that has been shortened slightly. I never
Yeah.
saw the final cut. I just have a brief scene in the beginning of that where I'm a homeless person preaching the sacred storch
Uh-huh.
and getting and trying to convince people to change their way. And uh, that was also the same people who produced the Greasy Strangler were behind that. Although I think they changed the name of their company for some reason, but that was wonderful. I went to see. Well, it wasn't the final cut, but it was close enough. And it's a really funny movie. I really recommend it. And like that. But
Yeah, I see that on here. I never heard of that movie. That is a long title. Yeah, they might want to cut that down.
yeah, they did. It's closer to. Well, I don't know what it's called now, but it's hilarious, and you should look for it
Hmm.
because it's out there somewhere.
And you have Extremity, where you play a lipstick killer unmasked.
Yeah, I went in there and I'm the person I play in that is already established. He's the bad guy in the thing, but when they unmask him, it's me rather
Hmm.
than the real one.
Okay. And I'm looking at your credits here and trying to find you're in blind, you're playing blind person too.
Yeah, uh, that's with they're French. She's an amazing actress also, and Carolyn is in that too. Plays her best friend. Uh, I think they made another one called Pretty Boy. That's a sequel to it. She's an actress who, through some kind of accident, goes blind,
Hmm.
and
Oh
Sarah,
yeah, Caroline Williams, yes.
yeah, uh, she was also in a movie called Dick Shark, which she gave me a copy of, and I really haven't been able to watch because fortunately my DVD player won't accept it.
I've had got a Blu-ray player and I ordered a movie recently. It wouldn't play in it.
Hmm.
I guess the region thing. Well,
I don't know. I have a couple Blu-rays that I can't play either because I only have a DVD player. And
ah, you need to get a Blu-ray player.
yeah, well, send me one. My birthday's January 31st, and
And of course, I did watch the trailer for Fingers. Now,
hmm that was the first film I got out of the Greasy Strangler. They had me in there, and I met the woman who stars in it. I can't remember her name either right now. Uh,
Sabina Friedman Seitz.
maybe I'm not
I,
sure,
I,
but she was at the after party for the premiere of the Greasy Strangler,
mm-hmm.
and then I thought I had a scene with her in Fingers, but they changed it by the time I got to Florida, and
Well, you got a few films filming right now. Of course, The Witches of the Sands, of course, currently filming.
mhm.
You could, and if there's any of these you can't talk about, that's fine. But Cult of Blood, that's one. Have you shot your scenes for that?
No, I haven't yet. Uh,
Oh, that's got Dave Sheridan and Felissa Rosen. I'm going to meet
yeah,
them. I'm going to meet.
Felicia. Felicia is a. This is a script. There's all my lines. I've got about 3 pages here. I play the mayor,
Oh, you'd
and
be a good one to play the mayor.
yes,
You should
yes.
be a mayor in real life.
No.
I'm
Although
actually
I
going.
always thought one good corrupt term in office, and I'd be set for life.
I'm going to meet Dave Sheridan and Felissa Rose at Frightmare in the Falls,
Oh yeah,
October 29th and 30th.
I like her. She got me into extremities, uh, and I
I've heard
met
all
her.
good things about her. I haven't had her on here yet. I'm
Uh,
planning to make that happen,
Her big one was Sleepaway Camp, I think.
Sleepaway Camp. I'm going to
Yeah,
get her to sign that when I
I haven't seen that yet either, but There's an awful lot of movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I probably have about 80 or 90 of them off here to my right that I haven't seen yet.
But yeah, like the James Balsamo ones.
I did watch that.
Okay.
I Cool as hell too, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and because I wanted to see it before I sent it to Phil and Kate. Also, I did a music video for them on for Housecore Records, choosing mental illness, where I play Nurse Ratchet, you know, as homage to.
One flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yep.
I think you long flew over it. But uh yeah, Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan. I'm supposed to meet both of those at Frightmare in the Falls. That's pretty awesome.
Mm.
Yeah. So have you shot your scenes for this yet?
No, this is what I'm going to Kansas to do after I come back from Vegas. It'll be in the can by the end of the month, but I think it's the 20th and the 21st. I'll be in Kansas City for that.
Felissa's involved in a lot of films, and
She
she's
works
in
all the
two or
time.
three. She's in two or three that my name is on, and I'm like, I finally I got to meet her, and get her on the show so we could talk about these connections we have in some of these films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
saw her on a Svengoolie uh, thing not long
yeah,
ago, and
and you have the Once and Future Smash where you got the starring role in that.
yeah, me and Will Wheaton, we both play the same character.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I'm waiting for them to finish it. They they had about 2 or 3 days of shooting to do to finish that film, and they oh wait a second.
Uh-huh. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's Will and I. I'm the one with the mustache side. And I just shot another thing. I don't remember the name of it that I just shot for another film they're doing about a week or so ago. Um, that was fun.
Well, we have, and the last one you got listed here is Third Floor. Now, I've interviewed William McNamara, who's in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I had him on. He was in Dario Argento's opera, Monique Parent. I'm familiar with her.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It was supposed to shot last year. Then everything shut down, and it was supposed to shoot this year in Vegas, but I haven't heard from them lately. And I talked to one of the producers. That's so embarrassing, me and names. That's why my career went so far so fast. And she used to be a scream queen,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's getting into producing and writing and keeping herself out there. But she selected me for this. I kind of get the sense that I play a bartender who kills somebody, and my hell is to come back as a bellhop in this sleazy hotel on the third floor, or I'm the bellhop for the third floor on this sleazy hotel.
Kind of like The Shining.
Yeah, except, well, no, it's more like a Twilight Zone episode
Oh, there you go. Okay, I'll take that.
where this is my hell.
In Freshwater, did you get to? Because I haven't seen that, but because there's so many alligator crocodile movies. But
Yeah.
Freshwater, did you get to work any with Zobel?
Uh, no. I
No.
mean, other than they were there, but I
Okay.
mean, my scenes were one with the sheriff in
Uh-huh.
the coffee shop where I'm picking up my coffee before I go fishing, and the other scene was me being eaten by the alligator, and that was it.
Okay. Do you have any I haven't seen the scene, so um was there any makeup job done on that where you get eaten by the alligator? What's the process of that, or was that an off-screen thing, or
Uh, Pretty much, I was just flopping around on the deck, and then they superimposed the alligator uh, with me in its mouth, and
Okay. Um, you also have some TV, of course. You mentioned Married with Children. Love that show.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
did a few of those.
yeah.
In Living Color, I got killed in that a lot. Uh, that was always a lot of fun because I got to work with these really great people. I think if it had gone any longer, I might have become a semi-regular because I'd done 4 or 5 things there.
Mhm.
Some of them never made it to the screen. A couple times I'd be on my way in and they'd call me and say, "We're sending you a check. Go home. We had to cut it." And but they were great people to work with. I love In Living Color.
I remember that show. Yeah.
Yeah, I got killed. My first scene there was being killed in a drive-by shooting. Another time, I think it was Robo Sammy in Vegas when they were trying to pop up Vegas. He throws a Star of David into my forehead, uh, and that kills me, of course. And yeah, there's I don't know. I would go there and get killed. Not always though. I used breast implants for tension relief at the office. In one scene I did there, and I did not die for that one.
Talk about your memories from Married with Children, like working with the cast and
Uh, it was a great show.
hmm
Uh, it was always a good shoot. Uh, the food was great. The people you worked with were great. Everything, it was everything had a schedule to it, and they were quite on it. Uh, you'd go and rehearse one day, and the next day you'd do a dress rehearsal and the shoot. Uh, that everybody. Katie Seagal always said hi,
hmm
and well, they all did. Yeah.
Was Christine Applegate as gorgeous in person?
Oh yeah, she is.
hmm
Uh, and she's just a wonderful, warm person.
I just noticed this on there. You were in Alex and Emma. Now we did get this in theaters. I didn't go see it.
That's okay. I know you never hear any of my dialogue. And they credited me as Michael Rappaport, and they sent the check to Michael St. Michael's, which meant it was hell trying to cash that. But
We got to talk about that because there is a Michael Rappaport.
yes,
Yeah, how do you straighten that out? Because that guy, he's been in numerous movies, but right now I associate him a lot when he calls into the Howard Stern show, and
yeah,
he does not hold back.
no, I know. I think we're second or third cousins. Uh, but I've never met him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Somebody once sent me a script with a check
Mm-hmm.
that was meant to go to him, but it came to me. Uh, and I was really tempted to cash the check because they were sending me a deposit for more money than I made that year anyway.
But you did the right thing.
Yeah, damn it. I could have forced him into putting me in that movie.
Now, what about Different Strokes? You're listed for that one as well.
I don't even remember that, to tell you the truth. That was at a time when I was going from one show to another constantly.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I had lines, sometimes, most of the times I didn't. Uh, Most of the time it never made it to the film, but uh, it was, you know, I think I was there, but I don't actually remember it. Uh, there's a lot of those I don't like. There's this one that I would like to get on there, Light Blast, starring
Hmm.
Eric Estrada,
Okay.
uh, that I've never gotten onto my IMDb. But that was because that was before I had to change my name, and I was Michael Peter Rappaport then,
Hmm.
and I did a few things under that name.
Why
Uh,
why didn't they allow you to be Michael Peter Rappaport? Because Michael J. Fox used to go under the name Michael Fox when he did Class of 1984. Then apparently there's another Michael Fox. Now he's Michael J. Fox.
yeah, I tried to do that. I
Hmm.
wanted to do Michael P. Rappaport, Michael Peter Rappaport, M.
Uh-huh.
Peter Rappaport, Peter Rappaport. I gave them all these suggestions. They wouldn't take any of
So where
them.
did
And
St. Michael's come from?
I was sitting around being miserable, getting drunk in San Francisco, and I met Mary St. Mary from a punk band called the Sea Hags.
Okay.
She's a DJ in Northern California, or was. I think her town got burned out last year, but she uh, she inspired me. So I became Michael St. Michael's, and
Not
I
because
added.
you were a saint?
Well, I'm now related to a lot of churches in Eastern Europe.
How many times do you have to go in there for confession?
No, people come to me for that.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
saint, you know. So if you have anything, you want to say, I did go out and become ordained, so that I do weddings and counseling and things like that occasionally, and actually I'm pretty good at it. I've got 100% record on marriages. Everybody I've married is still married, uh, but that's probably because I don't marry that many people, and I screen them heavily before I will do it. Uh,
Or scream at them heavily.
no, I just see if if these people are really right, and I guess I have the ability to tell them, or to know, I guess, because like I said, I've been right 100% of the time now.
You got any charities that you're involved with that you want to plug on here?
I don't actually. I'm heavily committed to saving us. People say save the earth. Well, the earth isn't going anywhere, but we're going to make it uninhabitable for us if we don't stop now and turn around.
Hmm.
Everybody's got these plans that go out to 2030, 2050, and that's too late, whether they know it or not.
Hmm.
Uh, the misinformation coming out about that, and the things that are like carbon neutral. What the hell is that? Uh, Sequestering it. That means there's enough trees growing to take somebody out. You bought the forest, so you can claim that instead of cutting the emissions yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Most of it's smoke and mirrors, and it really pisses me off because I have grandkids, and I would like them to have at least as much fun as I had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And
What did they think? What did your family think of the Greasy Strangler? I bet that's
uh,
them calling right there.
yeah,
Say they watched the
probably.
Greasy
Let's see.
Strangler.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Well, I'm doing an interview on. I'm busy. I'm doing an interview right now, but Visa and Mastercard can't do anything for me. That was Visa and Mastercard trying to, you know, give me a lower interest rate on my credit card, but I don't owe enough money on it to do that.
Okay.
And I'm really not willing to go out and spend another $5,000 so that I can lower my interest rate. I'd rather just, pay it. And
Yeah.
fortunately, I've been able to lately. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all because of the Greasy Strangler.
Yeah. Oh boy, I can't wait to put this interview up. I'm not editing this at all. I
Oh, you
love
better.
it. I'm keeping those in.
uh,
But
and I'd
none
like to give a shout out to Wayne Doba, who's somewhere in your neighborhood, who he and his wife have a theater garage or barn out in the countryside where they do stuff. He's an amazing actor. Uh, when Eastern and Western Europe began talking to each other, there were people in Eastern Europe writing scripts for him,
hmm
and so he would go there and make movies. And I saw him in a few things here. He made his well. He got his. He was a singer and a dancer and a really good actor. And his wife was with Cirque du Soleil, and they got together and started doing things together. And they have this thing somewhere near where you're at. Uh, I tried to reach out to him, but I didn't get a response. So if he's mad, he could sue me, I guess. But
I'm surprised you even know where I'm located. Most people don't know where New Brunswick, Canada is.
well, I've been to St. George, which is
Well, when they when
Newfoundland, which is not really, but it's the
yeah,
next island over.
yeah. No, but we mentioned charities. Do you have a web page that you want to plug and promote on here?
Just Michael St. Michael's.
Do you know how to operate that?
No, I don't actually. I'm looking for some help there. If anybody, wants to give me some help, I would definitely take it. I have a Michael St. Michael's fan page,
You got your
and I've got my phone selling me more crap. Excuse me.
sure.
Yes.
This is
I have no
important.
idea, but I'm doing an interview right now. Can you call me back in a few? That was Sky. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sky, say hi.
Doing fine.
That's Sky. They
Sky
wanted
from
to
what?
know if my buddy Jason was going to be there. I would imagine he is because he's the one that takes care of me at these things.
This has been such a unique interview. I love it. I love it. No, I am not editing any of that. I'm gonna remember. I've never had that. My phone's rang before during interviews, but I never pick up. But I'm like, I like this.
I was surprised that that actually was a phone call for me, because usually it's somebody trying to sell me something. I I got a smartphone, which I still haven't. I'm still not smart enough to use recently, and that's just for business. But I've had one call on that for business, and that was from Jason. Uh, and everything else has been trying to sell me something. I never got these before. I bought this smartphone. Uh,
I think you're starting to get them because you came on the show.
uh, no, in fact, I can't even find the thing now.
I'm
I
just
put it.
looking around to see if there's anything I can sell you, you know?
Yeah, catch me quick. I still got 60 something bucks here.
Oh, wow. You got to get booked at more cons.
Yeah, I probably will. Actually, I just need to get more movies. I would. I'm a set junkie. I have to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
I I just really like that. It's like the army, which I also enjoyed, and I don't think they enjoyed me that much. But uh, it was like, you've got this group of people heading in one direction, and you got to work together to make it happen. And there is nobody there who is less important than everybody else there, because if that one person, no matter what they're doing, isn't there, it creates a problem for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just a wonderful thing to experience.
You, how have you been handling the pandemic, you know? I mean, we kind of got the jump on it here, but where you are, what's it like? How have you been keeping yourself?
I stay home. I stayed home before.
Except
I've
when
got,
you're the Greasy Strangler, then you go out
yeah,
at night.
if somebody comes and takes me somewhere, I'm still dealing with bureaucracies. Somehow I have a car, but it's no longer registered, although they took the money. you know, and, and I think my driver's license expired, but I haven't done anything about that either until I get DMV to admit to the thing and send me the tags for my car. I but I have a supermarket next door, a pharmacy. Uh, my post office is a couple blocks away, uh, and I live in a very small vacuum unless somebody comes and drags me out of it. Uh, and fortunately, somebody does occasionally.
I was gonna say I gotta bring this up. The guy that played your son in Greasy Strangler. Any chance that you two will do con together?
Yeah, we done a couple. We're going to do the one this weekend. In fact, that was him
This
on the
guy,
phone.
yeah.
Did you hear him?
That was Scott. Oh,
That
that
was
was.
Sky. Uh, and
Jeepers, I would have been more prepared if I had known that was him.
well, it's okay.
I
I'm
might
sure
have,
he'd love to do an interview, so call him
you
sometime.
know what? I should. I should. Is he on Facebook?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to do that. I'll have to reach out and have him come on here and see if you two will be wearing matching pink outfits at the cons.
No, we won't be.
Where you look at each other and say, bullshit.
Yeah, well, we'll do that. but
Bullshit. Not.
that was a different movie. Well, it's medication time.
In medication time.
That was my line in Choosing Mental Illness, the one where I played Nurse Ratchet with
When we
Philip
play,
H. Selmo and the Illegals.
I know that title, Choosing Mental Illness, from somewhere. Why isn't it listed on your IMDb?
I have no idea.
Oh,
There's a lot of things that aren't there.
okay. Are you choosing mental illness?
Well, they kicked me out. Uh, they did commit me once. Well, actually twice, and it didn't last. Reagan cut mental health from California, and that got me out in the streets again. Uh,
Wow.
and
Like he knows anything.
yeah, well, at any rate, if it hadn't happened, I'd still be locked up somewhere probably,
Oh,
because that's what they did at the time. Is they just put you in there, and that was it.
don't worry, there's still hope they'll put you in there.
Could be. You never know.
I do need to ask, what do you do? Like, you're 77 years old. What's your advice for people?
uh, Never do anything that makes you feel guilty. Um, Try and learn something every day. Um, mm,
You learned something today. You learned you can go to Facebook and get Zoom work.
yeah, see,
See?
that I didn't know before.
There you
I wonder
go.
if this is going out live on Facebook while we're doing this.
No, I don't think so, but I am recording it so I can put it out
Okay.
a later time and people can hear hear conversations get interrupted by phone calls. You should have told Sky we were talking about him.
No, I just said I was doing an interview right now, and like that. And I said, "Hang on," and then I held up the phone. And what did he say? Did you hear what he said?
He said hi.
Oh, there you go.
He said hi and like why is he getting me to say hi to the strange guy on the computer?
I was just trying to share a little airtime with him,
There you go.
which
I'll
is
have
something
to.
he wouldn't do.
Oh, why not, Jay?
I don't know. Like we were supposed to do this interview in Indianapolis, and for some reason, somebody came to tell me that the interview was going on, but they wouldn't tell me where it was, and I couldn't find it. And so, but he did that whole thing himself. So, okay.
Okay, yeah. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not? Well, do you have anything else you want to promote on here?
Yes, do something nice for the environment. It's ours. We have to live in it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Support my films. Anytime you see Michael St. Michael's, go out and buy a bunch of them. Uh, some of them I may even get money out of. You can always send me money. I never refuse money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Post Office Box 1952, Long Beach, California 90801. Uh, Cash only, because I don't have a bank account, so I can't cash checks. Uh,
Well, I don't know what to do about that because, well, do you have PayPal?
uh-uh.
Well, how does a person get an autographed picture?
I go to cons,
When do you get
or
to a con near me?
maybe, I don't know. I would like to go to Canada and do things. I used to like Canada. I worked at IBM in Canada uh, uh, when I wasn't old enough to work for IBM, and they discovered that and quickly sent me back to Poughkeepsie. But I was at the time clock and typewriter repair facility in Toronto, I think it is, uh, when I was 16.
But you don't get to do that job much anymore.
Nah, but it was kind of cool. I did manage to escape there with a set of keys that opened to every one of their time clocks. And I had a couple jobs later where I just clocked myself in and out for the whole week and threw into my desk. And when I got through with my work, I would just leave.
Well, yeah, you do you got any other projects you want to plug on here before we close off?
I wish I could think of one. I'm sure I will after we finish.
That's how
Uh,
it is, huh?
yeah. No, I'm just really grateful that I'm in the position I'm in now and getting to
Hmm.
work. And I hope it keeps going. Uh,
Well, I appreciate you reaching out to me. I remember I was training somebody to clean the UPS here, and I got this call, and it's like, California. I was like, okay, this is an important call.
ah,
So, yeah.
well, I got that notice from you, and
Hmm.
Rebecca was really busy, and she was at Fantastic Fest doing that, running that thing.
Why didn't she have you there?
Well, I've been there.
Why not have
Uh,
you there again? You're fantastic.
yeah, but I didn't have a film in it. It's like my favorite of the film festival so far was the one in Chattanooga, and I was only there once. Although I've had films that I'm in that have been there since then.
Yeah, but she could have you
And
there as a special attraction. Come meet the Greasy Strangler.
mm, the the guy I'm doing this one in Kansas is doing that for a day. He's going to have me sitting around signing things and stuff. And
Wearing your pink outfit.
no,
Not,
not.
not, not now, not ever.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, if it looked like the one in the movie, that would be one thing, but it doesn't. Like I said, I feel like I'm wearing a tutu, and I haven't done any ballet. Well, I did ballet for 7 years, and uh, all that got me was out of PE in high school, so I didn't have to play football and get hurt. And then it got me into a lot of fights because of the people who wanted to kick the shit out of that sissy who's taking or taking ballet rather than being out there playing football.
What does Sky think about wearing that kind of outfit?
That was his idea.
Oh, it was
He
his
went out,
idea.
yeah, he went out and found somebody to make them, and uh, they did a horrendous job.
So he didn't have any reservations about wandering out in the middle of the street wailing in his underwear.
Nah, mm-mm. Like I said, we're actors. Actors are the tool of the director, and as that tool, whatever the director has you do, you do.
Look at all these actors that make complaints over stuff like that.
Well, you could discuss it. I did
Yeah.
one scene I did where I I I mentioned it, and they explained where the camera was going to be, and that was all I needed to know.
Hmm.
Uh, and but because you got to watch out for yourself. There are people who will fuck you over out there.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I just found it weird that Cameron Diaz was in a movie called Sex Tape and you really didn't see anything.
yeah, I thought that was really disappointing.
Yeah.
I went to a couple movies thinking, that I knew the actress and she was going to be doing the scene completely naked. And I went there just to see that, and it was very disappointed.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to plug on here before we close off? You have anything coming to mind?
Just, well, Days of the Dead in Vegas this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, be there or be square. Days of the Dead in January or November in Chicago. I'll be at
Mm-hmm.
that one too. Hopefully, I'll have my costume
Your
together by
tutu?
then. No, I'm not wearing that. I'm going to wear the gray and black striped one. Uh, that I would like to. I would like to have a costume for the greasy suit.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great Halloween thing if you could do that mask, and just have a mask over your head instead of that.
You
Greasy
going out for
season.
Halloween?
I haven't trick or treated in probably 10, 12 years now. I used to go out with a straw, a glass, and a roach clip. And and I would usually dress up as a wizard, uh, because I like wizards.
There you go.
And that worked out pretty well, really. I was amazed at how many great parties I wandered into doing that.
Yeah.
And but now I've since not done that anymore. I mean, kids just aren't out there trick or treating anymore. I mean,
Tricking.
yeah. Well, they're tricking. There's no treats though.
There you go.
Yeah, we ever since they put "In God We Trust" on our money, things have been going downhill there.
Well, Michael, it was so wonderful having you come on here today. I enjoyed every bit of it, except for trying to get hooked up here. That was a bit of a pain in the ass, but we got through that hurdle.
Yeah.
Uh, but other than that, this has been fun. I even loved when the phone rang. Here you address the telemarketers. Oops, oops, Sky's not a telemarketer.
I've had
No,
that job. It's a horrible job.
that's what I hear. That's what I
Yeah.
hear. Did somebody call you up and you say not?
No, I'm going to though.
Not now, not ever.
Never.
Yeah,
Or call me back on the second Tuesday of next week.
there you go.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Well,
thank you for having me.
this was
And
fun. This was a lot of
and
fun.
I like these conversations. Anytime you want to do this, give me a call.
I'll do that. I'll do that. I'm gonna keep an eye on what you're doing, and yeah, we could do this again. Absolutely, absolutely. And then next time we'll know to do it through Facebook.
Yeah. Or I will have finally found somebody who could help me figure out what's going on with my computers.
What, Sky?
No.
Why? He was the only one that called that actually had something to say.
No, I don't know what he was trying to push now, but I know he. I don't even want to get into it.
Well, yeah,
we
you're just going along. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I do what I can,
Hmm.
and I know one day I thought I had my lines down when we did the scene, and I was wrong. So disappointed.
Yeah. Well, we're celebrating 5 years as the Greasy Strangler. It's become a cult hit. And
Mm,
yeah, what an interesting movie. It just proves some people have some ideas out there, just not the people that make movies like After We Fell.
yeah. Yes, everybody go out there, write letters about Jim Hoskins, make them forget about the fact that he's too artistic, and
That's
let
right.
him go. Let him make some movies. Give him some money.
There you go. Get him out of the woodwork and do some more of this.
Well, I don't think he's doing that badly, but yeah.
Yeah, but he could do better if he does the Greasy Strangler Part 2.
Well, I don't think he's going to. I think, if anything, I would like to see it come back as a musical. Uh, and they better do it quick while I can still sing and dance.
Well, you were spotlighted on there, running across the screen with a spotlight on you. So, hey,
Hey, that was my, singing in the rain moment.
there you go. All you were missing was a lamppost.
Mm, well, there was a lamppost.
Yeah, but you got to twirl around it.
Yeah, that's true. But
maybe part two.
Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
Or when we do the musical.
There you go. You can get Sky to do the Donald O'Connor flipping off the walls.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Keeping all the outtakes. Don't call the ambulance yet. He got one more flip left.
He hasn't bled out yet, so let him go. You know, somebody pick him up and throw him against that wall again.
There you go. There you go. Well, Michael, it was wonderful having you on here today. This has been a pleasure. It's been an honor. I had a lot of fun with it, and I looked forward to it. So I'm glad we were able to do this and celebrate 5 years of the Greasy Strangler and to discuss a couple films that we got our names on together. I'm honored about that.
Yeah, and a shout out to Rebecca K. Feldman at Bix at the Bix.co. If you want to get me to book me for anything, get a hold of her.
Absolutely. And if you got to give her a shout out so she'll book you.
Yeah. Well, she'll book me if anybody wants me.
Does anybody want you?
I hope.
Sky wants you.
You got to take the good with the bad, you know?
There you go. There you go.
Some days are diamonds, some days are rocks. Anyway, thank you again for having me.
No problem.
Blessings and stay safe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before I let you go, would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Not at all. What do you want me to say?
Just state your name and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
I'm Michael St. Michaels, and I'm listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's what the fuck?
Paradise.
On Python's Paradise? And I'm still Michael St. Michaels listening to Python's Paradise. With Greg Gilbert, the one and only Greg Gilbert, and his terrific show, Pythons in Paradise, which is someplace you should keep them.
Not. We gotta get James Balsamo to get you another movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get you one that I'm in.
I thought I was.
No, I mean another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can get as many movies as Genevieve Rossi. There's a woman that you need to do a movie with, Genevieve Rossi. I think you two would click well.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah. She just directed Attack of the Killer Chickens.
I used to kill chickens.
There you go. Anyway, God bless you, man. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor.
Hey, mine too.
Yep.
And you really need to edit a lot of this.
Oh, I'm not gonna edit any of this. I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep.
It's gone on way too long. When you play it back, you'll see. You know.
Are you kidding me? My longest interview. I had Craig Muckler on here back in January from Microwave Massacre. He went 4 hours and 8 minutes.
Oh yeah, you put the whole 4 hours and 8 minutes up.
Yeah. You want me to tell you something? A lot of people will listen to an interview while they're driving in their car to work and back. And yeah, I know somebody that actually does that. Actually, a guy that's directing a film that I'm a producer on. So that's what he does. He'll listen to my interviews just going in his car, and if it doesn't play all the way through when he gets there, it picks up when he goes back. And yeah, if people are interested enough, they'll listen.
Well, hopefully you guys are interested in me. I need more work.
That's right. We need. And if you want to see Michael St. Michaels and Sky in their little pink tutu outfits, talk to Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to put that out there, was I?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. If I got the outfit right, I would wear it, but it just
Sky wouldn't be bothered.
No, no, you know, but you know, I shouldn't be,
No, not.
especially. Yeah, I mean, no, just be good or don't get caught, and
There
do
you go.
something for the environment.
Do something for the environment like the Greasy Strangler did. Hmm.
Yes,
Well, I'll let you go. Um, don't get caught in the car wash.
never happened.
There you go.
Ah, it's like
Go.
a
Yeah,
morning shower.
there you go.
Oh, usually late in the evening because I'm on my way home after massacring people.
Absolutely. Well, God bless you, Michael. It was wonderful having you on here today. This was a lot of fun. I truly enjoyed it.
Thank you, Gilbert or Greg.
Yep,
uh,
absolutely, absolutely. Well, you
yes,
take care.
have to. Damn it, can't find
Yep,
anybody else to do it.
absolutely, absolutely. And we will talk soon.
I hope.
Yep, absolutely. Bye
Leave.
bye. Oh, gee, you got another phone call?
No, I just haven't found. I found a thing that says leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just press end meeting for all.